Match day one of the 2021 Concacaf Futsal Championship continues here from Domo Polideportivo. Joe Malfa here with you for this matchup between Suriname and Panama as we get things going in Group B after the day began with two matches in Group D, so we get things going. Suriname, an opportunity to showcase themselves here, their first appearance since 2004 in this tournament. Panama, one of the powerhouses. They've improved every single year since 2004 in this tournament. Panama and Mexico, the two expected to come out of Group B, but after what we saw earlier today, you never know. Again, Joe Malfa here with you for this matchup and for the rest of the evening with three more games to go after two already in the books. Nicaragua beat Cuba 4-1 earlier, and the United States and El Salvador drew 1-1. That group was pretty much supposed to just be Cuba and the United States forcing their way through to the quarterfinals, and not to be the case. Nicaragua a big win. El Salvador picked up their first ever point in this competition, all the way back to 1996 that goes. So expect the unexpected here. Panama and Suriname almost set to do battle. Seventh edition of the Concacaf Futsal Championship. Teams battle for supremacy in the region and to qualify for the World Cup, which will be held later this year in Lithuania. Top four teams from this tournament, so all four semifinalists will punch a ticket through. For Suriname, Southern Caribbean nation seen as the little guy in this group with Panama and Mexico. They've slowly developed this program. It's grown steadily. They first appeared in this competition in 2004. This is their third overall appearance, the other coming in 2000. They were also in a group with Mexico the last time they were here, so some familiarity there. They come in playing pretty decent futsal. They hosted their own mini tournament of four nations. French Guiana, Curacao, they beat, but they lost to Guatemala in the final of that mini tournament. Looking to capitalize on that form and turn some heads in Group B. But they'll have to go through Panama to start things off. If their pattern holds true to form, well, Panama might be set to win it all this year. They have improved one spot each tournament since 04. In 2004, they came in 5th place. 2008, 4th place. 2012, 3rd place. And they were the runners-up in 2016. So maybe they're due this year, and they're looking to get things going with a big 3 points against Suriname. Panama has been traversing the globe to prepare for this tournament. They played nations already qualified for the World Cup by playing Venezuela and Morocco in recent months as tune-ups. They went through a bit of a coaching change as well in the last couple of months. Jose Botana, the Venezuelan international, took over. Panama has qualified for each of the last two World Cups, looking to make it 3 in a row. 13 teams in this year's competition after 3 teams had to withdraw due to COVID issues. And set to begin in Group B. Panama, Mexico, Suriname. Teams making the walk out to the field now. We pause a moment for the national anthems of both nations.
Les pedimos ponerse de pie para el himno nacional de Surinam, seguido por el himno nacional de Panamá.
Moments away from beginning the action. Edgar Rivas, captain for Panama. Ike Adams, captain for Suriname. Renier Solis among the officials, ready to get the coin toss underway. Ike Adams, captain for Suriname. This team goes as he goes. The leader of this team, along with Vangelino Sastramedio. Take a look at the full lineup. Sastramedio and Adams, I mentioned. Rasham Pancho, Matrick Gillian, and Nazario Dosberg joined them in the starting five. Serginho Redding, the head coach of this squad. And then for Panama, Jaime Peñalosa gets the start in goal on his 24th birthday, joined by Oscar Hinks, Edgar Rivas, Ruma Milord, and Abdiel Castrillon. Jose Botona, the head coach, a team looking to continue its trend of improving annually in this tournament, or rather quadrennially, but each edition of the tournament, they've gone one spot higher. The only spot left for them to go is lifting the trophy at the end after being the runners-up in 2016. Suriname looking to announce themselves in a big way back on this stage for the first time since 2004. Lengthy 17-year wait. And again, if today's previous results are any indication, don't dismiss this as Panama being one of the powerhouses against the newcomer Suriname. Nicaragua beat Cuba 4-1. The United States and El Salvador tied 1-1. A group that was seen to be all Cuba and the United States. Neither of them on top of the group at the day's end. Underway from Domo Polideportivo. Joe Malfa with you. Suriname, Panama. Group B action begins. Panama in white, Suriname in the red. Abdiel Castrillon gives it away. Dosberg gets it back into play. Two very well-contested games we've already seen today. 3 more to go, starting with this one. Taken away. Rivas. Milord back for Hinks. Castrillon and Milord work together. Hinks chips it forward. Around the edge, taken down. No call, and just tangled up between Rivas and Pancho. Goalkeeper makes a stop. Quickly the other way now. That one will lead to a whistle. Matrick Gillian commits the infraction as Oscar Hinks shields the ball on the sideline. High pressure nearly forces a turnover. Suriname could have had a 2-on-0 with the goalkeeper. Hinks takes it on the wing, cut out by Ike Adams. Pancho has already had to come up with one stop. Just a minute and a half into this first half. By the end of the night, each group will have at least one match played. That shot takes a deflection on the way in, but Pancho makes the stop. Hinks had the shot, made the steal. Thought about another, but had it taken away. Castrillon. Deflected, sent towards goal. Pancho, backside, and Hinks gets Panama on the board. Fortunate bounce in there for Panama. Pancho tried to touch it away with the left hand. Falls to Hinks to put it into a wide open net. Just squirted past Matrick Gillian. Right place, right time, right finish. And Panama takes the lead. The remainder of today, we have Guatemala and Dominican Republic to round out the evening, but before that, coming up next, Costa Rica and Haiti. Daily action until the Thursday rest day. Hinks lays it off. Castrillon skies that one into the empty stands. Top two in each group of the round robin play make the final. Castrillon, the intercept, the shot, and he makes it 2-0. Panama in a hurry. Pancho made the first save. Castrillon took it back. Nice little quick move. And just like that, Panama in total control over Suriname. Read that well. First time shot was stopped, but then just pulled it past Pancho for the easy finish after the nifty move. Suriname defense couldn't quite get there. Dream start for Panama. Equally a nightmare start for Suriname. First time in this tournament in 17 years, conceding twice in 2 minutes. Panama, Mexico, two heavy favorites to come out of this group as the top two teams each advance to the quarterfinals. Panama showcasing why on their end so far today. Hinks chips it to himself. Can they find a third in rapid succession in the first 3 minutes here? Space, not quite there with the final ball to Millord. Romano Steckel has come in for Suriname. Whistle blows. And a yellow being issued to Roche Pita. Tug of the jersey as Castrillon tried to go by. Alfonso McKenzie taking a moment, making sure the defense is far enough back. Back to McKenzie off the crossbar. Possibly a break the other way for Suriname, but off his line. Peñalosa takes a spill as well, down injured the other way. Out for a kick in for Suriname. Started with this one off the crossbar from McKenzie. Peñalosa, as he came off his line there to prevent the break for Suriname, did something to his right leg. Take another look at it. Ooh, just at the end there, was landed on by Roche Pita. Good to continue. And we're back underway. Hinks, Castrillon already scored so far for Panama. The difference in the early going. Good challenge put in from Faustino Benali. Did not not let Ruman Milord get by, and now Milord sends the kick in back into play. McKenzie back to Milord. Panama creating some space. Plotting the next attack. McKenzie, Milord. Rivas as they continue to just exchange in their own half. Aquiles Campos sheds the penny on the near side for Panama. Set to check in the next opportunity he gets. He runs on. Milord puts it back into play. Alan Aparicio into the match as well for Panama. Campos through, shot is well wide from Milord. Pancho has had to be active for Suriname. Made a couple of stops, but his defenders have not been able to clean up the mess in front. Hinks, Castrillon, the goals for Panama, both coming in the first 2 minutes of the match. Things have settled in since then. Collision, ball empty in front. Everybody looking around, not sure what happened, but what happened in the end was Suriname getting a goal back. Players for Panama stopped after this collision. Matrique stepped in. Brewster Milito gets the goal. Peñalosa has taken a beating in the early stages of this one. 2 collisions have left him injured, but this one injures Panama on the scoreboard as well. 2-0 lead becomes a 2-1 lead as Brewster Milito scores Suriname's first goal in their first appearance in this tournament since 2004. The more concerning thing at this moment, though, the health of Peñalosa. Second time the trainers have had to come out. Last time it was for a knock on the ankle. This time examining up around the head, neck, shoulder area. Hope everything's all right. It was a hefty collision with Matrique Gillian. Hit the floor hard as well. Referees allow them to play. Two players going for a 50-50 ball. One a little bit worse for wear than the other. But deemed clean. And a goal for Suriname. Play resumes. Some life now for Suriname. Milito already with 1 goal. Jaime Lodonio now in goal for Panama. From one Jaime to the other. Hopefully everything turns out all right with Peñalosa. We'll keep an eye on it. But for now, Lodonio in goal. Mackenzie and Aparicio pass back and forth. Now find Abdiel Ortiz, who's checked in for the first time. And a giveaway. Mackenzie wags the finger, but he is called for the foul. Ike Adams flew by. All Panama in the first couple of minutes, shifting the momentum. Suriname set to get it back into play. Sasha Medio seems like he wants to tee this one up. He gets the pass back from Matrique. Back to Sasha Medio, across, and just wide from Milito. Had the near post open. Lodonio fortunate to watch it go by. 5 minutes gone here in the first half. Campos to McKenzie. A lot of weight on that pass, but kept in by Ortiz. Back to Ortiz. Takes it himself. Sounded like that one took a deflection. Pancho makes the save. Applause comes up from the Suriname bench. Couple of big saves from Pancho have kept this with 2 on the board for Panama. Gillian chests it down. Unable to keep it in. Having a chat with his teammates as he gets back into position. Aparicio to Ortiz. Back to McKenzie. Suriname have kept their shape. Forced Panama to pass around the outside and not let them get that surging ball through. Seems like a mass substitution getting set for Suriname. Few players in unison shed the pennies down there. Brilliant play defensively by McKenzie. Takes his space now the other way, but gives it back. In the space he left voided now. The opportunity was there for Adams, but an errant pass across, looking for Gillian. Jose Abrego, the winger, set to pop back in for Panama, and he does. Aparicio out, back onto the bench. On the wing, Pancho comes out and makes a big stop. Pancho has been forced to make a few of those. Won't have to that time. Four changes all at once for Suriname. Pancho sends it down himself. Lodonio still in net for Panama. After Peñalosa started and left injured after the second collision that led to the Suriname goal scored by Brewster Milito. Panama among the favorites, not only in this group, but in the tournament. They've improved each edition of the tournament since '04, from 5th place to 4th to 3rd to runners-up in 2016. They're going to take the next step and win it this time around. That one nearly helps out, but Pancho, another big save. Big pump of the arms from Pancho. Couple of saves in rapid succession. Won't have to make one that time. It's deflected before it gets there by Zandveld. McKenzie, quick footwork. Another save by Pancho. McKenzie, that one blocked. In front, cut back towards McKenzie, still loose. And Jose Abrego will now bring it back for Panama. Ortiz finds McKenzie. Back to Abrego, can't keep it in. away from Panama. Leads to another mass substitution. Ball through, but Adams could not get a footing on it. Caught up between his feet. Over 8 minutes gone in this first half. Panama started in total control. Suriname has found their legs ever since. And they found a goal from Brewster Milito. Only one yellow card has been given to either side so far. It belonged to Roche Pita with Suriname. And the story so far has been Rasham Pancho in goal for Suriname. The 16-year-old won't turn 17 until September. Among the youngest players in the entire tournament, has been massive for Suriname, keeping this just a 2-1 deficit. Something brewing for Suriname. Brewster Milito already with one goal, lays it off. Ike Adams just wide. Milito and Adams have been dangerous anytime that Suriname has gone forward. One of those two guys has pretty much been involved. Angle cut off well by Ladonio. Milito takes himself over to Adams. Those two combining again going forward. Adams. Not sure if he thought Milito was going to cut or if that was a shot, but it goes out in Panama's favor. We'll see the defending champs, Costa Rica, the two-time defending champs, Costa Rica that is, later on. They bested Panama in the final last go-round in 2016. Open space here, opportunity for Panama. Pancho again, a big save, pumps up his bench. Carlos Perez could not finish for Panama. Had all the time, but another big save from Pancho. Perez can't keep that one in. Another group change for Suriname. Look on the bench, Jaime Peñalosa. Downing the penny now on the left. The goalkeeper who started this one came out of it after the collision that led to the Suriname goal. 50-50 ball deemed clean by the officials. Ladonio has to come off his line to head one away. It was a play just like that that led to Peñalosa being injured and ultimately the Suriname goal. Third match of the day. Nicaragua beat Cuba 4-1. And the United States tied El Salvador 1-1. Both those matches in Group D. The lone group with 4 teams. Supposed to feature 16, all in groups of 4, but French Guiana, Martinique, Guadeloupe withdrew in April due to COVID. 13 teams in 3 groups of 3 with 1 group of 4. Top 2 in each advance to the quarterfinals. Group action wraps up Wednesday with a rest day on Thursday. Before we go quarters, semis, and then the third place and finals on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That one takes a deflection off the defending Zandveld. Milord takes too much time. Possession over to Suriname. 4 seconds to get it in. Once the ball is put into place. Zandveld handily beats the count, and Suriname gets it in, but they give it right back. Misplayed by Anthony Bleed on the far side. Joe Malfa here with you for the 2021 Concacaf Futsal Championship at Domo Polideportivo in Guatemala City, Guatemala. Chipped forward. Perez keeps it in. Milord inside. Perez turning. Perez with it, gives it up. But Rivas can't hold it. Opportunity for Suriname. The other way, shot is blocked and takes a last moment deflection off Zandveld as well, as he could not quite get out of the way. Benali tried to get that one towards goal, but could not get it through the Panamanian back line. Del Rosario tumbles down after contact made by Romano Steckel. Shot is always rising from Milord. And he immediately checks out for Castrillon, who has one of the goals. Hinks the first, Castrillon the second for Panama. For Brewster Milito scored the lone goal so far for Suriname. Still staying in this one. It looked early on as if Panama would run away with it in the early stages. 2 goals in 2 minutes, and plenty of opportunities for more in the first 5 minutes. But Rasham Pancho, the 16-year-old in goal for Suriname, has been immense. Might have to make another stop here. Pulled back, Rivas, he does make another stop initially, but on the rebound, it's Del Rosario who restores Panama's 2-goal lead. Initial shot came in, dipping. Pancho made the save, but rebound fell right to Nagdiel Del Rosario. Not much Pancho could do about that one. Acrobatic effort to try to get over and stop the second shot. He's the reason that this game is still as close as it is with all the stops he's made for Suriname. Another one for Castrillon. Brewing has it still, and it's blocked off the line. This one's saved by Pancho and now cleared. Dicey moments for Suriname, much like the early stages of the game, nearly conceding a second within moments. Goals 1 and 2 came in rapid succession, and nearly 3 and 4 in rapid succession, but it remains 3-1 Panama. Suriname, 3-0, but tight quarters. And Ladonio makes the stop the other way. Castrillon can't feed it across. Milito can't find the feet of Sastromedio. Sastromedio. Milito wanted to goal number 2, but only sends it high. Intercepted by Sastromedio. Milito with space. Brewster Milito, that takes a deflection. Gonna be out for a corner for Suriname. Milito over to take it. Chips it all the way to the backside and over everybody. Perhaps the right idea, but the wrong weight on it. With 6:15 to go in the first half. Panama up 3-1. Would be more if not for the heroic efforts of Rasham Pancho, the 16-year-old in goal for Suriname. Suriname trying to prove they belong in a group with 2 heavyweights, in Panama and Mexico, holding their own in the first half, trying to duplicate what we saw in today's first 2 matches. Shot saved again by Pancho. We saw Nicaragua beat Cuba and El Salvador tie the United States. 2 massive upsets. Shot. This one takes a deflection off the left hand of Ladonio. Those first 2 matches, you imagine, gave Suriname some more hope. Seeing what those 2 teams did to 2 of the presumptive favorites in Cuba and the United States. Shot back. Sastromedio rockets it. Only troubles the advertisement boards, though. Can't steer it on frame. That one might have gone through the net if it was on target with the weight he put behind it. Surging ball in. Aparicio can't bring down the shot. Sigh of relief from Pancho. That time not being forced into a save, as he has had to so many times in this first half. Mackenzie. Aparicio stumbles over the ball. Gathers himself and goes out to the right side for Castrillon, one of the goal scorers. Ledesma has it get away from him. Given away for a corner. Pancho sets up his back line. Goalkeeper was not alive the last time Suriname featured in this tournament. Makes a big save again. Another from Pancho on the big shot from Mackenzie. Castrillon with it, lays it off, but this time, well done by Panama to beat Pancho. Chip from Ledesma to Castrillon, and it's goal number 2 for Abdiel Castrillon. He did well to win it himself, and a nice chip in the end from Ledesma. Tap in for Castrillon, 4-1 Panama. Only so much Pancho can be doing in this one. Has acquitted himself very well. Turned 17 later this year. Born in 04 in September. Suriname's last appearance in this tournament was earlier that year. 17 years ago. Kept it close in this first half against Panama, but last time in 2016, the runners-up Panama, proving to be too strong for Suriname as this game goes on. Mackenzie. Back for Ledesma. Had the assist a moment ago, now lays it off again. Ortiz to Mackenzie. Inside. Right idea from Pancho, trying to spring that attack to Roche Pita, but you see Pita then afterwards signaling to Pancho, would have rather had him throw that one. Three and a half to go here in this first half. And a timeout taken out on the field. As Pancho went to the bench, saw Romano Tloreg, the goalkeeping coach for Suriname, greet him kindly. He deserves it. Incredible first half despite the 4 goals that have gone in. If not for Pancho's efforts, we could be upwards of 8-9-1 Panama. They've been buzzing, they've had their opportunities, but they have struggled to beat Pancho. And the couple of times they have, it's been off of rebounds or ricochets where they could not get the initial shot past Pancho. 2 goals for Castrillon, 1 for Hinks, 1 for Del Rosario for Panama. Brewster Milito just headed that one clear. He has the goal for Suriname on a collision that left Jaime Peñalosa, the starting goalkeeper for Panama, injured. Has not returned since. It's been Jaime Lodonio in goal for Panama. That one just over the line. Serginho Redding barking out some orders. Looking to will Suriname back into it. Chipped forward, flicked on, but Lodonio not taking any chances, launches it. Adams looking to get involved in the attack once more. Can't turn into play. Adams and Milito, the two that have combined most dangerously for Suriname. Ortiz gets it right back. Ortiz tucks it by. A 5th in the first half for Panama. First one for Abdiel Ortiz after the nice back heel from Aquiles Campos. That one of the first times of the 5 goals that Pancho was beaten cleanly. Couple of deflections, 1 rebound, 1 that was passed across. That one just cleanly beat on the shot. Abrego across the halfway line. Pivots back towards goal. Taken away by Sastromedio. Space to roam. Sastromedio, big save by Lodonio. Suriname almost got it right back to close the gap to 3 once again, but it remains a 4-goal deficit. Panama already in half number 1, the leading scorers of the tournament so far. The score to beat was Nicaragua, a 4-1 win earlier over Cuba. Panama has 22 minutes and 7 seconds to build upon it. 2:07 in this first half, followed by half number 2. Now a tiebreaker as far as qualifying for the quarters likely won't come into play for Panama, but it could for group winner versus group runner-up, and that dictates the matchups in the quarterfinals. So the more they can score, the better for their case. Across, intercepted, a big save again from Pancho, 1-on-1 with Carlos Perez. Take another look at it, just got a touch on it. Big shot. I don't know if Pancho got a touch to that one or if it was saved by his teammate Milito. Lodonio taking no chances here again, just knocks it out. Suriname will meet Mexico tomorrow. It'll be a day off for Panama. And then Panama and Mexico will likely play to win the group on Wednesday, barring an upset from Suriname tomorrow against Mexico. Forward again, 1-on-1 with Pancho, and again he puts a foot in to knock it away. Overthought by Carlos Perez. Looks up to the ceiling in disgust with himself for blowing the opportunity. In the event Panama and Mexico end up tied, goal differential and goals scored could come into play. Could come down to which team enjoys more success against Suriname if they don't beat the other when they play each other. Mexico and Panama resulting in a tie is what would lead to that scenario. Round robin play here in the group stages. Each team plays each other once. Top two advance to the quarters. .35 seconds remaining. Shot comes in hot from Pita, but it's wide. Ladonio quickly the other way. Both teams trying to find one last goal in this half. .20 seconds with which to work, now down to 15. Given away. Panama will have to go quickly if they want to find one more in this half. Under 10 seconds remaining. Doesn't look like they're going to have an opportunity. Still going the wrong way. 2 seconds to go, and the buzzer will sound. A 5-1 lead for Panama at halftime, in total control. One of the powerhouses in the region, one of the favorites in this group and in this tournament. Looking to build upon their runner-up performance from 2016, and they do so with a strong first half against Suriname. take a look at the first half highlights between Suriname and Panama. Joe Malfa here with you for the 2021 Concacaf Futsal Championship from Guatemala City, Guatemala at Domo Polideportivo as Group B action gets underway. And it began with a tremendous first half from Risham Pancho in goal for Suriname, but also offensively for Panama. They peppered a lot of shots on goal. 5 of them found the back of the net. It all started with Oscar Hinks on this one as it deflects to the backside, and he was able to tap it in. This one came on an interception from Abdiel Castrillon. First shot was stopped. Second one he was able to tuck in after a nifty bit of footwork got him by Pancho. Suriname responded. They were able to pull one back and make it 2-1 after a collision went uncalled. Right here, that left Jaime Peñalosa injured, did not return, or at least has not yet. Jaime Ladonio took over in net, but as the dust settled, it was tapped in by Brewster Milito. That made it 2-1 at the time, but then 3 more following from Panama. A lot of big saves from Pancho, a couple of opportunities for Suriname. Pancho, the 16-year-old, has been tremendous in goal for Suriname. This one off the rebound, nothing he could do. He jumped over, tried to make the acrobatic save, but it was knocked in by Del Rosario. Castrillon made the steal and then received the chip back from Ledesma to tap it into the open net. And then finally, Pancho was eventually beaten just on a straight-up shot on target. Nothing fancy about it. After the initial play, just one-on-one, tucked past by Abdiel Ortiz. Nice back heel from Campos to spring him, but then one-on-one, Pancho unable to make the stop against Abdiel Ortiz. That made it 5-1, and that's where we stand at the half. Suriname looking to get back into it in half number 2. Back in a few moments. Players for both sides back out onto the field. Moments away from starting half number 2. Joe Malfa with you for the 2021 Concacaf Futsal Championship as Group B is back underway. We started the day with 2 matches in Group D. Nicaragua beat Cuba 4-1, and the United States tied El Salvador 1-1. 2 very surprising results. Have to imagine those gave Suriname some confidence heading into this one. A nation that has not featured in this tournament since 2004, going up against powerhouses in Panama, who have finished inside the top 5 every edition of the tournament since 04, and have gotten 1 spot better each time, from 5th to 4th to 3rd to runners-up in 2016. But Panama proved to be too much to handle in the first half. They led 5-1 at the break, despite the heroic efforts of that man right there, Rasham Pancho. 16-year-old, among the youngest in the tournament, started in goal tonight for Suriname. He's let in 5, but he is the reason that number is 5 and not something along the lines of 10 or 11. Half number 2 underway. Panama right out of the gates, working through Mackenzie. Pancho jumps onto it. Jaime Lodonio still in goal for Panama. Jaime Peñalosa was injured in the first half, and an injury here as well. Ike Adams stumbled over the ball. He's holding his left leg. Right at the start of the second half, 8 seconds into it. Take another look. Tripped over the ball. Just took an awkward spill. He'll have to leave at least momentarily. Hope to see him back in. Adams and Melito have been 2 driving forces in the Suriname attack so far today. Pancho gets it back into play. Chested down by Melito. Sastromedio pushed off the ball. Flicked back for Milord. Up forward, Campos, and that one is skied. Suriname had some momentum coming into this one. They hosted a 4 Nations tournament. They beat French Guiana, they beat Curacao, but they lost to the host nation of this competition, Guatemala, in the final of that 4 Nation tournament. Other way, Panama, another big stop by Pancho. Melito can't turn it into anything offensively for Suriname. Shouts for handball, no call. Stumble over the ball, and now a chance given away. Melito, heavy touch. Lodonio jumps out to it. Third appearance for Suriname in this tournament. The other 2 coming in 2000 and 2004. Again, goalkeeper Rasham Pancho, who has been tremendous for Suriname, not alive during that 04 tournament. That's how long it has been, and that's how young he is and how well he is playing today. A foul here called against Melito. Mackenzie checking on his eye. Might have gotten poked in the eye there. On second look at the replay. go. The shot from Milord trickles wide. Much like the first half, it's all Panama at the start of the second half. The first 2 minutes of half number 1, though, yielded 2 goals for Panama. They've yet to score in half number 2. That could change in an instant, though. Milito. Aparicio there to defend. Panama has been playing some of the best to get ready for this tournament. And they look ready. They've played Venezuela and Morocco in recent months, 2 teams that have already qualified for the 2021 FIFA Futsal World Cup in Lithuania. 18 of the 24 teams are set. Possession goes the other way for Panama. 18 of those 24 teams are set. By the time this tournament ends this weekend, there'll just be 2 more spots up for grabs. Iraq plays Thailand and Lebanon plays Vietnam in 2 playoffs at the end of May to lock down those last 2 spots in the World Cup. Forward, Panama wide. Shot comes again from Milord, who's taken a few already here in the second half. Give and go in space, but across into the arms of Lodonio from Benali. Heavy contact. Across, Milord, before he can get that left-footed shot off. It was Benali flying in to clear. Mackenzie's shot blocked. Gathered by Abrego, out to Milord. Shot outside of the foot is saved by Pancho. Rebound was there for the tap-in by Abrego, but unable to find it in time. Was shoved a little bit past it. Could not wrap his hip around and make proper contact. Score remains 5-1. Turned over, Milord with Abrego, but it's blocked. Chipped forward, Steckel. Zandveld. Bleed is defended by Abrego and it's out. Zandveld and Steckel. Shielding off Edgar Rivas. Now laying it off for Zandveld. All the way back to Pancho. Extended spell of possession from Suriname. A nice ball forward. Good defensive play from Rivas tracking back. Possession remains with Suriname. Zandveld shot blocked by Abrego. Lead calling for some more space. It's in all the way to Benali. And finally, Panama comes away with it after an extended bit of possession from Suriname. Their best stretch of play in quite some time after the last 10 minutes or so of the first half were totally controlled by Panama. Found 3 more goals in that span after scoring 2 in the first 2 minutes. 2 goals for Abdiel Castrillon, and then 1 each for Abdiel Ortiz, Nagdiel Del Rosario, and Oscar Hinks, who got the day started with his goal. Mackenzie across, just wide. Carlos Perez just missed it in the end. Pulled it near side of Pancho, who was out to greet him. Steckel venturing forward. Given away by Benali. Abrego with it. Mackenzie was calling for it. Mackenzie chips Abrego. He's taken down heavily. Faustino Benali draws the ire of the official. Another look, that ball just saved by Abrego, and he was taken down. A very physical challenge. Mackenzie forward to Perez. Can't keep it alive as Abrego was streaking down the right side. Panama in control. I'm sure they would like to find an extra couple of insurance goals. Supplies more breathing room in this one and could come into play in the group standings. It was always going to be a tall task for Suriname to push through Panama and Mexico. So if things stay to form and Mexico tomorrow goes ahead and beats Suriname, depending on the result of the Mexico-Panama match, goal differential and goals scored could come into play. Panama going to look for as many as they can. Mackenzie out wide. Inside, Perez back to Mackenzie over the bar. He'll want that one back. Mackenzie, Rivas, Perez. Starts here with Rivas over to Perez. Laid off perfectly for Mackenzie. Outside of the boot, over the target. Won by Perez, 3-on-1. Perez over Abrego. Back to Perez for the tap-in. Clinical finish. It was brewing for Panama the entire half so far, and they finally get the sixth. Perez starts it with the steal. He ends it with the tap-in on the assist from Abrego. Panama pushing to score as many goals themselves as we saw in the first two matches today combined. 7 goals in the first two matches combined. 4-1 Nicaragua, 1-1 in U.S. El Salvador as Nicaragua topped Cuba. One more goal and Panama matches the 7 that we saw combined in those two Group D matches. As we're underway in Group B. Joe Malfa with you for the 2021 Futsal Championship here in Concacaf. Across, Perez just scored one before. That one might haunt Milord tonight. Pancho went out to meet Perez. Wide open cage for Milord, who looked immediately skyward. Melito, the goal scorer for Suriname. Space forward, saved by Ladonio. Ladonio's involvement has been more coming off his line to thwart attacks. Hasn't had to make too many saves. Makes one there, and it leads us into a timeout. Jose Botana, I imagine, very happy with what he's seen from Panama. Cercinio Redding trying to get things right for Suriname. The teams that make the semifinals all qualify for the World Cup later this year in Lithuania. Panama certainly hopes to be there. Looking to make it 3 straight World Cups qualified for. Blocked in front. Balls to Milord, and he chips it. Turn into some space from Del Rosario before he was taken down by Melito. Suriname will meet Mexico tomorrow. They have met once before, back in that 2004 tournament. Mexico beat Suriname in a close one, 6-5. Quick turnaround for Suriname tomorrow night. Panama gets the day off and will meet Mexico in 2 days' time on Wednesday the 5th. Laid off. Curling effort from Milord goes well wide. Right idea. Suriname will have an opportunity tomorrow to record a point against Mexico. It did not record a point in the 2004 tournament. They were hoping to join the likes of El Salvador today. El Salvador recorded their first ever point in Concacaf Futsal Championship competition. Dating back to 1996, they did not record a point until that 1-1 draw today. A shocker against the United States. Shot taken and deflected out for a corner. Milord very busy in the early going of this half for Panama, set to take the corner now himself. He's not been able to find the net. In front, might have taken a last touch off Pancho, but no, it'll be Suriname possession. Two more matches still to come today, following the conclusion of this one. Kickoffs slated for 8 and 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Guatemala and Dominican Republic will end the night. For the next matchup, Costa Rica and Haiti. Group D action concluded for the day. This today's only Group B matchup. Costa Rica and Haiti will get things going in Group C next. And a brilliant bit of interchange to get goal number 7 for Panama. It's Nagdiel Del Rosario in the end. The quick work from Milord over to Hinks and to the backside for Del Rosario. 1, 2, 3, tic-tac-toe for the goal. Pancho frozen in net, nothing he could do about that one. 7 for Panama. Nicaragua previously had the high water mark on the day with 4. Panama with 7 has now scored as many themselves as we saw in those first 2 matches today combined. Tremendous performance for the Panamanians. More in store perhaps, saved by Pancho. They have 13 more minutes to add to their total, which again could come into play if a tie is needed to be broken with Mexico to determine who wins the group and who is the runner-up as the knockout bracket comes into play starting Friday. Taken away. Del Rosario's shot goes out to the sideline. The winner of Group B will face the runner-up of Group C in the first knockout stage game. Panama hoping to be that Group B winner, because whoever ends up as the second team in the group, as Melito is dispossessed, whoever ends up as the second team in Group B will have to face the winner of Group C, which in all likelihood will be the 2-time defending champs, Costa Rica. And any team in the tournament would like to avoid Costa Rica as long as possible. So your prize for winning Group B will be avoiding Costa Rica in the quarters. That all-important quarterfinal matchup. If you win in the quarters, you make the semis, and you qualify for the World Cup. So a very special prize on the line, perhaps in that Panama-Mexico game, as whoever wins Group B will face either Canada or Haiti in the quarters if all holds to form. And the two-time defending champion, three-time champion overall, Costa Rica, go on to win Group C. Set forward to the end line, and the work done all by himself for Abdiel Ortiz. Dribble past the defender, dribble past Pancho, and slotted it home into the far side of the netting. 8-1 Panama. Two on the day for Abdiel Ortiz. He joins Nagdiel Del Rosario and Abdiel Castrillon, who also have 2 goals each. Carlos Perez, Oscar Hinks each have 1 to their names. In the next game, Costa Rica looking to continue their unbeaten streak in the Concacaf Football Championships. This one headed on, but just wide by Ledesma. Costa Rica failed to make it out of the group stage in 2008, but they have not lost in this competition since then. They've made it through the 2012 and 2016 editions without suffering defeat. Looking to three-peat as Concacaf Futsal champions here in 2021. And again, they kick off coming up at 8 p.m. Costa Rica and Haiti, the next matchup of the evening. Suriname committing everything forward now, flying the goalkeeper. Pancho has since come out in order to get an extra field player out there donning the green jersey as a designated keeper for when they have to fall back and defend as they are now. Pancho was able to quickly get back out there for Suriname. Nothing to be taken away from the performance of Risham Pancho in goal. It's 8-1 Panama, but if not for his efforts, it could be double that. The 16-year-old in goal for Suriname has looked very strong today. Halfway through this second half, giveaway at the back. Ike Adams out there, good to see him again after he left injured earlier in this second half. Adams supplied the pressure that gave Suriname an opportunity. And as Adams is back out there, we're going to see Jaime Peñalosa back out there because Jaime Ladonio is signaling for a sub. He can't continue. Peñalosa was injured early in the first half on the collision that led to the Suriname goal. He's been on the bench ever since. Jaime Ladonio now having his left knee tended to, and he will step out. So back in, the birthday boy Jaime Peñalosa, celebrating his 24th birthday today, back in goal for Panama. Not the only Panamanian player celebrating a birthday during the tournament. Ruman Milord, who has been very busy in this second half, he will celebrate his 23rd birthday tomorrow. And Nagdiel Del Rosario, who scored a couple of goals, will turn 25 on Saturday. where Panama hopes to be in the semifinal. Panama sending Peñalosa forward, perhaps working on some late game situations that they might need to help them out later on in the tournament. But this one not in doubt, an 8-1 lead. Good opportunity to work on some things. Peñalosa tracks back now. McKenzie goes forward. Centers, nobody there. Steckel. Give and go on the wing with Milito, but he takes it himself and takes it too far. Panama will again set it up with Peñalosa across the halfway line. Jaime Peñalosa on his birthday, the shot is saved. That would have been something for the goalkeeper to come in and get the goal on his birthday for Panama. And on the doorstep there, Castrillon had an opportunity for a hat trick. McKenzie back to Peñalosa, has a second shot. This one does not get through to Pancho as the last one did. And again, Panama not in a situation, of course, with an 8-1 lead where they need to be doing this, but a good opportunity to work on it. The slate gets tougher going forward. Not taking anything away from Suriname. It's a step up in competition for Panama next against Mexico. And beyond that, into the knockout stages. A good time with a very comfortable 8-1 lead to work on things like that. Gillian dispossessed by McKenzie. Battle in the corner goes the way of Suriname. Steckel watched that one go wide of his left leg. Back to Panama. And coming up, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Costa Rica and Haiti. A Haitian team that has a very interesting wrinkle to it, almost entirely comprised of Canadian-based, specifically Montreal-based Haitians. So when Canada and Haiti meet in that group, that will be a matchup of players intimately familiar with each other. Ledesma was looking up, trying to shoot towards the empty net. And sticking around to see Costa Rica in the next match. A very familiar face in Concacaf Futsal competition. Diego Zuniga was a big part of their last 2 championships. You won't see him out there. He is injured. So Costa Rica missing Zuniga. But they still do have Edwin Cubillo, who won the Golden Ball as the best player in the 2016 tournament, and Juan Cordero, who won the Silver Boot as the second leading scorer in 2016. Costa Rica dominated in 2016, beating Guatemala 7-1 in the semis, and this Panama team 4-0 in the final. But Panama on its way to, hopefully for them, righting the ship. Runners up in 16. hoping to take that next step and be champions here in 2021. And if history is any indication, they are due to win it this year. Mentioned it a couple of times, but each of the last few tournaments going back to 04, they have improved one place every time. 5th in 04, 4th in 08, 3rd in 12, and runners-up in 16. All that's left for Panama is to take that next step, lift the trophy. And a showing today that head coach Jose Botana will be very happy with. An 8-1 lead, still just under 7 minutes remaining in this matchup with Suriname. Shot from distance, saved by Peñalosa. He has not had to make a save since the first couple minutes of the first half. Not due to Suriname not having shots, but due to the fact that Peñalosa was out injured for all that time. But he had to re-enter after Jaime Ladonio, his replacement, left injured. Shot blocked. A look at Jose Botana, still barking out the instructions. 6 minutes and 27 seconds left for Panama to continue working on the little things as they have aspirations of winning this whole thing. But at the very least, the goal for a lot of these nations, make the semis. Of course, you want to win it all and have bragging rights in the federation, in Concacaf. But getting to the all-important semis punches your ticket to the World Cup in Lithuania later this year. The first 5 futsal World Cups featured just 16 teams. The next one after that featured 20. But now in each of the last 3, including this one, 24 participants, 18 of which are locked in place. By the end of this week's tournament on Sunday the 9th, 22 of the 24 spots will be locked in. Coming into the day, you asked a lot of people, probably would have told you Guatemala, Panama, Costa Rica, and then Cuba and the United States were 4 popular picks to make the semis, but all of a sudden that looks a little bit different today. Nicaragua beat Cuba 4-1, and El Salvador tied the United States 1-1. So things very interesting in Group D. With this win, Panama just about ensures they will be through to the knockout stages. Top 2 in each group will make it. This Group B features Panama, Suriname, and Mexico. Question for Panama will be, are they the winners of Group B or the runners-up in Group B? And it makes a very big difference because in all likelihood, the runners-up will have a date with Costa Rica in the quarterfinals. 2-time defending champs. That is not the team you want to face. Shot into the backside of the cage by Aquiles Campos. Panama pouring it on now, 9-1. And each goal important because, as I was saying, in the event of a tie with Mexico, you do not want to be the team that has to face Costa Rica in the quarters with a spot in the World Cup on the line. The longer you can go without facing the 2-time defending champs, the better. And every goal Panama scores could be vital in that equation. First of the game for Aquiles Campos. 3 players for Panama with 1 goal to their name. Hinks, Perez, and Campos, those 3. And then 3 Panamanians with braces in this one. Castrillon, Del Rosario, and Ortiz. Suriname vying for a second goal. Under 5 remaining. Set piece. Given back. Takes a deflection. Ends up underneath Peñalosa. who punted it himself looking for a goal. Sastromedio donning the keeper kit. Checking in as an extra outfield player for Suriname. Had the shot, ended up underneath Peñalosa. The goal was there for the taking for Peñalosa, but just put it wide. Heavy pressure from Panama, taken away. But Milord could not find a teammate. Back to Suriname. Sastromedio over to Zandveld. Out to Milito. Well done to win it by Milord. Cage was open, but Sastromedio makes a good play. Across in space, Zandveld, centrally open net. Off the line, save from Perez. Really heavy challenge from Sastromedio. Official going to the pocket. The color is yellow for Sastromedio. We saw one red card already today in the Cuba-Nicaragua match to the goalkeeper. So just a yellow card for Sastromedio here. Very strong challenge, though, upending Ruman Milord. And that will set up Panama with a free kick from the second penalty mark, as Suriname has reached the fouls threshold. Carlos Perez standing over it, just waiting for the ready for play whistle from the official. Perez against Pancho. Perez able to convert. 10-1 Panama. Perez now the fourth Panamanian with a pair of goals on the day. Just drills it past Pancho, who was leaning left. The shot went right. All he could do is freeze underneath the right arm. Carlos Perez, 34 years old, second oldest on the team. Pair of goals today. The oldest player on the team, Oscar Hinks, at 35 years old, got the scoring started with the first for Panama in the first minute. We've seen 9 more since then, 10-1, with just a few moments left, 3:30 to go. Foul goes against Roche Pina, who already has picked up a yellow card today. Such an impressive performance from Panama, 10 goals. That is more than the other 5 teams that have played today combined. 4 for Nicaragua, and then 1 each for Cuba, U.S., El Salvador, and Suriname. 10-8, Panama versus the other 5 teams that have played today. And a chance for an 11th. And a chance for a hat trick for Carlos Perez. Converted on a kick from the second penalty mark a moment ago. Perez, hat trick. 11-1 Panama. And again, each goal vital in case tiebreakers come into play with Mexico to decide who wins this group and who is this group's runner-up. That would only come into play if the Panama-Mexico game on Wednesday ends up in a draw. If either of those teams win that match, assuming Mexico goes on to take care of business against Suriname, then the winner of that match would win the group. But if that match ends in a draw, it comes down to Mexico versus Panama, which team beats Suriname by more. And at the moment, Panama setting a very high bar, 11-1 over Suriname. Important to win your group regardless, but even more important to win Group B than any other, because winning Group B means you avoid Costa Rica in the quarterfinals. Barring an upset, that would see Costa Rica come in second or unfathomably third in Group C. All teams vying to lift the trophy here, but perhaps equally as important to make the semis and punch a ticket to the World Cup later this year in Lithuania. Panama looking to make it 3 straight World Cup qualifications. And if match day 1 is any indication, they are in very good shape. Clinical performance all around from Panama. No call as Pita wins it. And that 11-1 scoreline, as lopsided as it is, it could be worse. Pancho has been exceptional in goal for Suriname, has had to make save after save after save. The 16-year-old, among the youngest players in the tournament, in goal for Suriname, was not alive the last time this nation competed in the Concacaf Futsal Championship back in '04. "75 seconds remaining from Domo Polideportivo in Guatemala City, Guatemala. In this Group B match, Joe Malfa with you. And I will be with you for the remainder of the evening. Coming up next, 8 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff, Costa Rica and Haiti in Group C, followed by Guatemala and Dominican Republic in Group A. The host nation, Guatemala, will end the night out there on the field. A minute to go. More step overs than I can count from Abrego, but he pulls it back. Finds Perez. Perez was one of the last new names to get onto the score sheet for Panama, and then quickly turned that into a hat trick with 2 kicks from the second penalty mark. Back to Perez. Volley is saved by Pancho. Timeout on the field here in the closing minute. Some final things to talk over in each huddle. Panama has been well on its way to a victory the entire day. But Jose Botana coaching till the last. Every minute an opportunity to get better for a team whose goal is to win it all. They've improved 1 position each tournament since coming in 5th in '04, all the way up to being runners-up in 2016. And they will not leave Guatemala City satisfied with anything other than lifting a trophy. Of course, making the semis means a ticket to the World Cup, but they want to win this whole thing. That shot blocked on the way in from Abrego. To the live, and out for a corner. As Castrillon attacked. Quickly taken, Castrillon back to Perez. At one point appeared that Castrillon was quickly on his way to a hat trick with 2 early goals, but has stayed on that number 2 since then. Perez does have a hat trick on it now. Lays it off. Not much time remaining. Panama just passing it around now till the buzzer. Under 10 to go. There is the buzzer. 11 for Panama, 1 for Suriname. An emphatic victory to start things off in Group B from Panama. Back in a moment with highlights from the action. Panama 11, Suriname 1.